Hello, everyone. This is Ozzy Carranza, your Downey insurance agent, coming to you live from the beautiful city of Downey. Hopefully, everybody is enjoying this beautiful Cali weather. For today's Wednesday's vibe, I thought I'd talk about a situation or something, a discussion that I had with a client yesterday that I thought was very important. So our focus is still going to be to provide value to entrepreneurs, business owners, the hustlers out there that the people that grind, elderly folks that have been in business for years, and it's a family business. I really wanted to try to provide some value, to business owners, and then eventually, like I mentioned before, I'll go ahead and continue to do that by maybe having some live people providing valuable information. So one of the main things that I did want to talk about, I might wait a little bit for some people to kind of come on. I'd like to go ahead and provide some valuable information when possibly a few more people are kind of watching. But yeah, so it's interesting, the conversations that I come across when I'm talking to clients. If you are watching this video, if you can like or comment, just kind of give a shout out or say hi, it'd be I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and just wait a minute or so, just to see if we can kind of get maybe a couple more people on here, just kind of watching. I really think that this episode will be very interesting, and maybe something that people come across. I think it happens more often than not, but we might not actually hear about it. Let's see. And I guess I could go ahead and get started. I guess. So I had a conversation yesterday with a client that she mentioned that her we got to talking, and she mentioned that her family had a used to run a business, and we started talking about that business, and the conversation of life insurance started to came up. And the reason why that came up is, she mentioned that her dad, ran this business. It was a restaurant. She mentioned that the dad was he was the decision maker. He paid all the bills. He, and there was, several family members that worked for the restaurant. Father got sick. The father passed away. The father never planned for something to happen, right? You don't plan for, you just never know when something's going to happen to you and you're no longer going to be around. One of the things that I get often is, hey, I'm healthy, I feel good now, I don't need life insurance, I don't need, something's not going to happen to me, right? I'm Superman, right? So that's a common response. Or another common response is, I used to have life insurance, but I'm older now, it's more expensive. I can't get it, or I can't afford it. And then a typical Latino macho response is, why should I get life insurance? I don't want the Sancho to enjoy my money. But those are just some common responses. I know, Jose, I know you don't need life insurance. I'm not trying to sell you life insurance. But going back to my, I appreciate you commenting though. It's a good comment, Jose Dorantes. Thanks for joining, man. So, anyways, going back to my client's conversation, the dad never planned. He never planned. He, had no life insurance, and he didn't have a living trust. So, what happened to the business when he passed away? Family members, several other family members, brothers and sisters, my client included, tried to, they were trying to run the business. Several people were trying to make decisions as to, which way the business needs to go, what bills need to be paid, what foods what new foods they could serve, things like that. So it was a mess. Everybody was trying to make different, decisions in regards to, the finances of the restaurant, the foods that they served, the employees or the people that would work, who would get to keep what money. So it was a big hassle. There was no plan in place, and and several of the brothers and sisters ended up just not talking to each other. So, one of the, I guess, the main thing that I'm trying to say here is, you don't want to see life insurance as an expense or as something that is just something else that you need to pay for. It's more for, you got to see it as an asset. See it as a tool, especially if you're a business owner. If you have a partner that you rely heavily on to run the business, what happens if something happens to that, to that business partner, or you have one main family person that runs the business, and without them, they're very crucial to your business. So, the whole point is that we just, a lot of us don't plan. Again, we don't plan for anything to happen to us, or we don't plan for the future, and especially in family businesses. I'm not sure if a lot of you can relate. You have a family business, and then something happens to the family, and then there's all these fights against family members as to who gets to keep what and who gets to do what. So two things that are important, or two things that come into play when something like that happens if you're planning, first and foremost is setting up a living trust, to making sure that you specify everything that you just kind of everything, lay it all out, everything that all the rules that you want and how you want your business to be ran, or if you have life insurance, how you want your life insurance money to be used. If you want to leave that legacy, leave it to your family so that they're not all fighting, and then business goes down the drain. So my client mentioned that they had to shut down the business. They couldn't even sell it, and they ended up just paying a bunch of bills, because they kind of got backed up on the rent and other bills that they needed to pay. So yeah, that's the I guess that's kind of my rant for today. You gotta, and it's mainly going towards life insurance, but it's about planning, right? You gotta plan. Me as a business owner, I have certain things I have set already as a plan for my family to be able to, do what it is that I want them to do if something were to happen to me. But yeah, for those of you that are live and joined, Juan Rosa, Perla Rojas, if you guys can like or comment, I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to use examples of stuff that happens, or the conversations that I have with clients, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that do ask me certain types of questions, and I find that a lot of people are just not informed. So I'm really just trying to provide some valuable information. So if any of you watching do have family members that own a business that they don't know what they're going to do with the business, or what's going to happen with the business if something happens to them, please share my information. Have them message me. I'm more than happy to provide my insight as to what steps can be taken to kind of plan for the future when somebody passes away. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my little rant, and I will continue to provide some value, hopefully in the near future, having some guests. But for now, I will continue to have conversations, or, talking about, just stuff that kind of happens in life in general, and, trying to provide some solutions. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys have a good one. Bye.